Mr. Garrett is going to give each of you a reading menu, and each of them are going to look similar to this, except instead of being side by side like this, they're going to be on top and on the bottom. So your must-dos are going to be on the top, and your can-dos are on the bottom. And we did talk a little bit about this last week, so this is just kind of a reminder about where you can find things and about where, what it looks like, what I'm talking about, that kind of stuff. So these are the reading menus. You're going to get them on Monday, and they're due on Friday. So the only things that you have to get done by Friday are the things in the must-do column. The things that are in the must-do column are really important. They are for a grade, most of them, and they have to be turned in by Friday. So by Friday, they need to be done. You have 5 days to get all of these things finished. All right? 5 days. So the first one is daily. You need to be doing already for 15 minutes. I recommend doing that at the very beginning so that you don't forget. So 15 minutes every day you will be doing already. Okay? We may shorten that down, or it may only be like 3 times a week later on, but for now I want you to do it every day. Okay? So every day you need to do at least 15 minutes of iReady. You can look up at the clock. You can do it at the beginning. Whatever you want to do. 15 minutes. All right? And if you look on iReady while you're doing it, they will tell you how long you have been doing the activities or how long you've been in the lessons. So just look at that. When you hit 15, you can stop. Thecommonlit.org. There is a link to that on Google Classroom, and I have assigned you a reading passage, and it'll have questions with it that you have to answer. Just so you know, I can see what you're doing. It grades it for me, so if you're missing a lot of them, then I'm going to reassign it to you. You'll have to redo it. So I would just recommend that as you're looking at it, that you would actually try and do your best, because like I said, it's going to be for a grade. The next one's the vocabulary assignment. That's also in Google Classroom. So all you have to do is go into Google Classroom, click on vocabulary, and there's a video posted there. It's the 13 colonies video. And then there's little work things that you have to do with them. Because remember, we signed on to those Friday or Thursday with everybody there. So you just have to go in, get signed in, and then work on the assignment that I assigned to you as a class, okay? The next one is a worksheet. That's what are clouds? So this is not online. It's a worksheet. Mr. Garrett will have those. You can pick up the worksheet. You have to read it on the front, and then on the back, it'll have questions that you need to answer. And then the last one is the character traits worksheet, which Mr. Garrett will also have. It's just a worksheet, not on the computer, that you have to do that's going to be talking about character traits. Okay? So all 3 of those things, all 5 of those things are the things that have to be done by Friday. Okay? So then if you get done with all of those things, which is very possible, if you get done with all of those things, then you're going to go into the can-do section. Normally the can-do section will be a little bit more fun. Like you'll get to do little maybe centers or things like that, but I just don't have any of those set up right now. So right now it's just some free writing pretty much, and you can read some more if you want to. So your options are to write a story in your writing folder about a time that you went somewhere. So in the brainstorming section, you guys came up with 3 different places that you had been, and you wrote 3 different events that happened when you went there. So you can pick one of those, and you can write about one of those if you want to. That'll technically put you ahead of everybody else. So if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to do that. You can read, so you can find a book, go somewhere around the room, read. If your group has earned the bean bags, then you can use those. You just go around and read whatever you want. You can write a silly story, so it can be about whatever you want it to be about. It doesn't matter to me. It can be aliens. It can be a mouse that works in a circus. I don't know. Whatever you want it to be. It can just be a silly story. It's fine. And then you can write somebody a letter, and that can be a real person or imaginary person. So you can write me a letter, you can write your parents a letter, you can write Luke Kuechly a letter, you can write Batman a letter, you can write Donald Trump a letter, and then maybe we can look into sending those letters to whoever it is you want to get them. So those are some options for you too. So remember, the must-dos have to be done by Friday, and the can-dos are things that you can do after you get done with your must-dos. All right? And you will each have a sheet of paper. You can check the stuff off as you go. All right? So just be mindful of your time and mindful of what you're doing, and there doesn't really need to be any talking. Okay? That way everybody can work. So if you have any questions, you might ask Mr. Garrett. He might know how to answer them. And if he doesn't, then just do the best you can, and I will talk you through it more on Wednesday. Okay? All right, guys. Happy reading.